I'm Chad.
I'm Dad. No, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be Dad first.
Oh yeah, you're Dad.
I'm Dad.
I'm Chad. And this is our channel. All right guys, this is Jigsaw 101. So the Garmin GTX45R comes with a mounting, what's this called, Dad? Mounting cage?
Yeah.
Okay, so it comes with this guy. And here is your unit. And this guy slides in like so. Okay, so when you get it, it will be together and it will have this Rubik's Cube looking thing down here, and it's locked into position. And it's got a little hole right here. What is that? Is that Phillips? I can't even freaking tell what that is. Anyway, I've just turned it with my finger and locked it down, but now, okay, so there, I flipped it, and now it will, now it's locked, okay? And that's locked. Okay, so if you look at the back of this guy, you're like, now what? And it took me a minute to figure it out, but you've got this guy. Well, I had these two connectors, the big one and the small one. And then I found this guy. I'm like, well, how does that work? Well, I will explain how this works since I am a professional.
Movie Man on Fire. I'm a professional.
Yeah. So, first of all, I plugged these into the back without this plate, and I was like, well, that's not going to work. And then I realized this guy right here comes with some screws, and you mount the plugs into this guy. And this has to be done a certain way. So put your plugs in. They have Loctite already on the screw. My hand torque gauge here says that's about right. Okay, so then you want to take your Rubik's Cube here, take it apart, and slide this guy out. Okay, put this guy in a safe place because he's $3,000, I think, or more, maybe 4,000. I can't remember. So I think we're going to mount this in that radio tray. So the next thing you want to do is you go ahead and put your screws in loosely. And this guy right here plugs in there. Oh, I got it backwards. Plugs in like this. Then it slides over, and then you'll come in through here with a screwdriver and tighten those guys down. Now, this is now locked together, and once this surround cage is mounted wherever you're going to mount it, then you can slide in the actual transponder and lock it, and it will plug into the plug down there. So that's how that works. So that guy's ready. Now we just have to mount this, and I think what we're going to do is take this radio panel Doomahickey. And I wish they would have made it a little narrower, because if you squeeze this sucker together, it's just a little bit kicked in. Got a little bit of a angled in, but I think it's going to fly like that. I thought about putting a spacer in there, but I think it will fly. So we're going to mount this guy. Now there's some screws, and they have to be a beveled, I don't know what that's called, but let me find one of the daggum screws. Here they are. So they need to be a screw like so. Then when they fit down in here, they are flush. That way the radio or the transponder, you see that, can slide in there and not interfere with that screw. Don't know what size this is. We had a friend give us a box of miscellaneous. Where'd that come from, Dad?
Dwight gave it to us. He worked at aircraft shop.
Okay, so Dwight who? Dwight around your mouth.
Yeah.
Gave it to us, and we found these in there, and they're going to work. So now I've got to put this guy back in the airplane and make sure where I'm going to mount. What are we calling this? The cage. Wherever I mount this transponder cage, it's not going to interfere with anything inside the airplane. And we were thinking about putting a piece of aluminum across there to make a shelf, and I think we've changed our mind and are going to use idle clamps. We're not 100% yet, but the thing about it is we had all this pre-wired. Okay, so the only problem with pre-wiring something is they don't know how long to make the wires. So I have arranged everything to where the wires are as neat as possible. Now the only thing that I don't like is this little loop right here, but it's not going to hurt anything. I've been using tape, just blue painter's tape, to loosely secure everything. As I've clipped off some of these, I'm going to eventually clip off all of these guys and use the proper, I call them garbage bag twist ties, but I know that's not what they are, but they look like that. I've been told that these over time will chafe and rub through the metal. I think Patey came out with a grip tie, but we're not going to use that in here. We're going to use the simple, I don't know what they're called, guys, but we're going to cut all these off, these zip ties, and in here I think we're going to use grip ties. Hopefully we can sneak into Patey's hangar and steal some. Just kidding. We'll buy some on the internet and use grip ties in here. So that's it. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're gonna idle clamp this, I believe. I don't think we're gonna do the shelf. And I like the way they mounted the adhars to the GTU460. So there's some slots, some fins in here, just for heat sink, and there's a nut that slides in there, and then these guys screw to that nut and get it nice and neat behind the GTU460. There's somebody wanting something. Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Dad and Chad.
If you like this video, share it with your friends and give us a thumbs up.
And never miss an episode of Dad and Chad by hitting that subscribe button.
Because we'll be back next Tuesday with another episode.
Thanks again for watching
Dad
and Chad.